In this example, you're going to learn how to update variables. Let's go ahead and create a new workflow definition. Once the workflow designer opens, we're going to define a couple of different variables. So let's go ahead and define variables. So first we're going to define a string variable called data. And let's define another numeric variable called inv amount. And we're going to define a date variable called DOB, and that will be date type. Once we have defined these variables, we can update these variables using the update variable step. So let's go to the toolbox and search for update variable. We're going to drag that and drop it to the canvas. Once we have done that, we're gonna let me just save that. Connect the two steps, and then we're gonna fill the properties here. Here, since we're updating multiple variables, we're gonna click on this particular step, and we're going to go ahead and say we can also look at the list of variables here. In this case, we're going to update the 3 variables we just added. So let me go ahead and add 2 more rows. So we're going to give the variable name as data, and the value is going to be coins. And here we're going to take the next variable, which is inv amount, and we're going to set that value to be some number. Then we're going to set DOB, date of birth, to be some date value. In this case, you're going to give the date using double quotes. So let me put 12, let's put January 12th, 1955, and close double quote and save that. Once you have saved, go ahead and save the step. And let's go ahead and create a new workflow definition instance, and then execute that instance. So this tells me that it failed validation. Let's go ahead and save the definition and see where it failed validation. Everything seems to be okay. Let's go ahead and create an instance. And let's click on the generate to generate the name. I can also provide some initial values for these variables. In this case, I'm not going to provide any initial values. I'm just going to go ahead and say create and execute. Once I have done that, I'm going to go ahead and close the workflow designer. And let's go ahead and look at workflow instances. So here's the update variables workflow instance. Let's go ahead and render it. Once we have rendered, we want to go and navigate to the step itself. And if we look at the variables, you should see that the variables now have the value coins, data has coins, date of birth has 1/12/1955, and the inv amount has 3566.